What's going on, guys? Tristan and Tony here with Zero Duck 30, the One Hell of a Life Outdoor Podcast, and Zero Buck 30. We do a lot of different things here, but the purpose of today's video is to give you our top 3 tips for hunting early teal. Now listen, this bird comes all the way from freaking Canada, goes all the way down to Argentina, and migrates the farthest. It leaves the earliest, comes back the latest, the most, compared to any waterfowl, the most amount of them die every year, the highest mortality rate.
Yeah.
They fly fast, they decoy well. They're a great bird for young hunters to get out and hunt. You know,
They are a blast.
That's right.
All right, guys, let's talk about tip number 1, and that is habitat and scouting. So if you're in the Atlantic Flyway, you're definitely going to be looking for your coastal marshes. You're going to be looking brackish water, things like that. Low water, I would say 2-4 inches, 6 inches max. And these birds are going after crustaceans for the most part, worms and things like that, little fish, that they can get high protein so that they can give them the energy they need to get all the way down to wherever the hell they go. Yeah. You know, they go way down there. But ask Ramsey about that. Then if you are in, like, say, the Central Flyway or the Mississippi Flyway, it's a different ball game. Yeah, they might scream down the river, but you're going to be looking for some of those mud flats, but mostly they're just looking for water, and it's very limited water areas, and especially low water areas. So a lot of times in the Midwest, you've got to create those areas, because I know, like in Arkansas, guess what? All the water is being drained out to pull the rice.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So, and make sure while I'm on that, check with the laws about hunting rice fields when you're hunting blue-winged teal. But that's basically what you're looking at as far as those 2 flyways. I'm not going to even try to attempt what they do in the Pacific Flyway. We'll let the Pacific Flyway folks talk about that.
Central too, yeah, I know. All right, tip number 2, talking about gear. First thing we're going to start with is decoys, right? So here's the deal. With teal, honestly, any decoy will be fine. Whatever you got in your freaking grandma's closet or whatever decoys you can find, throw them out there. And honestly, if I was on a budget, what I would do would be get a 6-pack of any decoys, teal preferably, I guess, if you have
cheapest ones you can buy.
Cheapest ones you can buy, and get you a spinner. You need motion in that decoy, or that spread. So, you know, you get you a spinner, you get 6 decoys. I guarantee you, if you're in the right spot, you're gonna kill teal with that setup. Sorry. Now, you know, talking about calling, Tony, you know, demonstrate that teal call. This is very important to killing blue-winged teal.
So the call we like to use is just the buck commander, or the
teal hen call. Yep.
Teal hen call, and this works for a green-winged hen as well. But really, all you're doing is a little bit different than your regular mallard call, right? It's a little bit quicker and a little choppier. So what we're doing is, if they're going through, we're just, as they're flying, we're hitting them. If they start turn away, we're
hitting them on the corner. Yeah.
And that's what we're doing. No different than just like you're hitting them harder on the mallard call when they start to get out there and you want them to turn.
Yep.
So, but you know what's different is listen to the difference of Tristan blowing the call compared to I do.
And the other thing I would say too is, like, look up teal calling files. You know, that's always the best way to try to train. But so it's basically that's what you're trying to do. And if you look up those teal calls, that's essentially what it sounds like for those hen teal. And the male teal don't actually call, so what you're imitating is a hen teal calling.
Yeah, and if you talk Cade Weatherford, he would say, blow it as much as you can, bro, because the more you do it, the more excited they get.
That's right, that's right. So, you know, kind of to wrap up gear, you know, you're probably wondering, okay, so what kind of shells do I need? What kind of gun do I need? That kind of thing. I'll let you kind of go into the gun and, you know, that kind of side of things. But with shells, you know, you're wanting to use something that's a 6-shot, 5-shot. You'll even see at the stores it says teal shot. Very easy to find. Not going to name any brands, because if they want to sponsor us, they can sponsor us.
That's right.
Until they do, we're not naming any. But, you know, so 5-6-shot, and basically what you're getting there, guys, is you're getting a wider spread. These are fast birds. They're ducking and diving. So you want a pellet spread that's going to be wider and give you a better chance of hitting this quick bird.
Yep. No, and when it comes to the gun, you know, it doesn't matter. I mean, you can go from a 410 to a 20 gauge to a 12 gauge. You know, you don't need to use a 10 gauge or a pump gun, but a pump gun they call
pump
it.
Gun,
but really any shotgun you have works. But it's more about the shotgun shell that Tristan talked about.
That's right, and don't be going out there with any sort of full choke either. You know, like I guess like a modified or something like that would be better.
Modified would be best.
Yep, that's right.
All right. Tip number 3, expectations. That sounds wild, right? But here's the deal, folks. These birds can be here today and gone tomorrow.
That's right.
I mean, unless you're going and hunting them really far south, that's just the expectation. We have been on both sides of the fence. We have seen hundreds of birds the night before, couldn't go to sleep all night because we knew we were going to shoot them, and we never raised our gun. We have seen them a week before, and praise Jesus, they were still there.
That's right.
All right. So I don't care if you're hunting public land or private land or with an outfitter. The big expectation, and I guess I'm really talking to everybody here, is that it's a risk. It's a risky bird, but it's what's worth the risk. You know, we just talked about how crazy they are. What's it worth to you? You know, you can't blame an outfitter if the birds were there yesterday and they're not the next day, or somebody shot them really good the day before you did and now you don't. We've seen it. It just, you really got to make sure that you're living right. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Honestly, it does. But we wanted to bring that up as the biggest point out of all this is realistic expectations. You know, I would focus more on the fact that you could maybe go fishing if you have a bad hunt, or maybe pick up a dove hunt, or, you know, do something to try to enjoy the trip that you're having, whether it's with public land or private land. You know, go enjoy the city that you're in. If you're in Arkansas, go to Max Prairie Wings, or you know, whatever. Hang out at the lodge with your outfitter if you're on a private hunt, but definitely don't hold anybody accountable if it's outside of your control as far as how the hunt goes with teal. I just want you guys to know that going in. It's realistic, you know, and they're doing their best. The reason why they do this is they want to give you the best hunt possible, you know. So just have realistic expectations and focus more on the experience and having
one hell of a life.
Y'all, that was just a crash course. Look, that by no means was like everything you need to do. We want your comments. Put your comments in there. Innocent questions. If somebody tries to bash on you, dude, that comment's deleted. Listen, ask your innocent questions if you're new. Ask more questions, because guess what? There's never a dumb question. If you ask that question, I guarantee you somebody else is sitting there wanting to know the answer to that question.
That's right.
Drill down with us, man. We'll be I want to see like 100 comments in this thing.
That's right.
Where we just keep throwing at you guys all these other tips and all this ass kicking you're gonna get for going and hunting blue wing teal.
That's right. Thanks, guys.